Good morning, everyone. Blaine Austin here, Sewing Machines Plus. Welcome to a special edition of our live show. This morning we are here. We're going to launch a brand new product from Handi Quilter, and it is called the Moxie. And we're so excited to have a very special guest with us here live with us today too. Gina Siembieda is here, national educator with Handi Quilter, and she's going to help us launch this brand new machine. Welcome, 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 Gina. How are you this morning?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. Absolutely.
So this new machine, I know it's been a long time in the making. So tell me a little bit about, if you know, some of the background behind it. And I want to don't waste any time today. I want to dive right into, sharing all the new exciting features of this machine with all of our audience out there, and let them know why they should buy this thing.
Well, the whole thing is, so many people have been quilting with their domestic home machines, and they have such a small throat space in order to fit that quilt in, and they're struggling with that. And so this is the answer to that. They're tired of just doing straight stitching. They're tired of trying to force it in there. So the Moxie comes on a frame just like the other bigger ones. We have a 15-inch deep throat, and we have controls at our handlebars. So there's lots of things that make it really great to finish our quilts on.
So I'm pretty excited about this machine as well. And I know that, Handi Quilter has been telling me a little bit about this machine for quite some time. And one of the things that is very unique about this is the 15-inch throat, and that you can fit this in a very tight area. So that's, it's got instead of having a big 12-foot frame and a big 24-inch machine, this could be something for somebody who's been doing it on their domestic machine, right?
Exactly.
So this will be like an upgrade.
Exactly.
So if somebody is not looking to spend $20,000 on a quilting setup, this would be the perfect machine, wouldn't it?
It's perfect for that. It's perfect for finishing those quilts, not having to base them like you have been on your home machine. And it comes as an 8-foot frame, which can fit in any 10-foot bedroom. But you can get a 2-foot extension if you want to do up to, a 10-foot frame will do about a 9-foot size quilt for the shortest side.
So, an interesting thing about it is, I actually, Gina, found out how the name came about. Do you know?
I don't know that.
So I hammered Nate a little bit. I said, tell me about this machine. Yeah. How did y'all come up with the name? And so the name is, everybody know what Moxie means? Moxie is when you have something a little special, you got a little swag to you. Well, that's Moxie. So this machine is named Moxie because of its swag. It has a little bit of swag. So I think that was pretty cool. So everybody out there, if you want a swag machine, this is going to be a machine to have. So one of the things that it's pretty awesome too about this is it comes with quite a few accessories already, right? Doesn't it come with like a quilt, a starter kit? Yeah,
it comes with, the whole package is the frame, the leaders, the clamps, the machine, bobbin winder, and an extra accessory kit that kind of is that get started type thing, where it gives you a little fabric to try it out, threads to try out, a clamp to get your straight lines. So it's got everything you need to get going.
Okay, great. And I know that it also has some accessories that you can buy, some additional accessories. So one of the accessories that you can get for this, so like if you have an 8-foot frame and you decide that you've got more room in your house and you want to extend it to a 10-foot, you can actually buy a 2-foot extension table and add to it. And I think the extension table is like $449 that you can add to it and actually extend this out to 10 feet. So that's a really good, thing. If somebody's investing in this, they have an outlet. They can say, okay, I won't have to buy a whole new machine or frame. I can just actually extend my frame.
Exactly. And I know plenty of even professional quilters that they are quilting on a 10-foot frame. So there's no reason you can't do pretty much almost any size quilt that you want.
You're right. You know, and what's so interesting is I've seen some quilts that people have done actually on domestic machines, and it's amazing to me what they can do on domestic. And you say, okay, put them on one of these, it's going to be unbelievable what they can do, because now they can have more room for more creativity, and they can do it a lot faster.
Yes.
So they're going to be able to do a lot faster quilts when they have a little bit more room and they're not having to move the fabric as much. So
exactly.
One of the things too, I know that, you know, this also has, you know, people ask all the time, why do you want to quilt from the back of the machine? And I know this does have accessories that you can buy to add to it to do from, like you can quilt from the back. So if you could tell everybody, why would you want to, and I'm going to walk down here and so everybody can kind of see, but this is to be the back of the machine. So like if I was wanting to do the back of the machine back here, what would be the purpose for that, doing it from behind instead of up in front where you're at? And then what would I need accessory wise to be able to do that?
So the quilt from the back kit has another set of handlebars where you have control from the handlebars on the back. You have a laser light that will point down. You would need to get the tabletop for this. Right now you can't see it, but it's open. So we put the tabletop so that now we can, it comes with one pantograph, but you can always get more. A paper design so that you can just follow that design. You're doing it from here, but it is quilting on the front of your quilt. So you have it's kind of a way to get a consistent design on your quilt without having to mark it and do all that. So
like instead, if I didn't have robotics,
right.
So I can buy the tabletop back here, which right. The tabletop kit's like $120. They could buy that. And then they're going to buy the rear handlebars. It has the laser light.
Right.
So basically the laser light is they're putting the pentagram is a pattern that they put down.
Right.
And they're going to basically trace that from the behind. So that's basically making whatever, it's transferring whatever they're doing back here to the quilt.
Right.
By just following the laser light shoots down on that pattern.
Yeah. And okay. you know, you're following it. It may not be absolutely perfect, but the pantograph doesn't go with the quilt and the quilt will look great. Yeah. It's just, and you can evenly space it. That's what helps with the pantograph to get that perfect design onto your quilt. Okay.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the other accessories. Now we have a ton of accessories that actually come with, or not come with the machine, but you can buy in addition to the machine. One of them is the ruler base.
Ruler base.
So could we explain to everybody what the ruler base is and what it's for?
Yeah, I wish we had it to show you, but we don't. So you're gonna have to trust me on this. It's on the base of the machine. So the throat space normally is just about this wide. So the ruler base gives you a bigger base so that when you use those rulers, those 1/4-inch rulers, and are making those perfect designs with rulers, you have that base to hold it flat.
Okay. So we have a ruler base accessory that you can add to it for $159.
Right.
And basically, like you said, it just gives you a lot more working space to support that ruler when you're doing the ruler work.
Yes, and normally, so the machines come with a closed toe and an open toe foot. And the closed toe, we do call our ruler foot, but I really recommend the sure foot to go with the rulers. It is a little bit deeper profile so that when you're using those rulers, super easy. So
I know we're talking about all these different accessories and everybody's going, okay, money keeps adding up. But if you took the price of the machine, which the introductory price, everyone, is $49.95. So that's $4,995 is the introductory price. If you added up everything you could buy, you're still going to be probably cheaper than any other big quilting machine on the market.
Yeah, and it's just as big as.
And it's 8 feet. So this is incredible. And I know that, you know, I don't remember exactly what the full boat is if you added everything up, but it's still going to be probably under $7,000, and you're going to have everything that you could possibly need to go with it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is that you can buy the package and get you started and realize, okay, now I'm ready. I've watched some videos. I'm ready to, or maybe you've already watched the videos. You're ready for ruler work. You're ready for couching, those kind of things. Yeah. This machine, even though it's the 15-inch throat, The foot is exchangeable like any of our other bigger machines, so you can use those feet with it.
You know, and I was just kind of admiring the lighting there. It's got a lot of lights already, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's got
LED.
LED, but you know, they also have an accessory for this that it's a light that fits in the throat.
Yes.
LED that sticks in that would actually just
I have the
really
package.
limit.
Do you want me to get it to show
Oh, that'd be
you?
great. Let's show everybody that. So if you wanted to add a light strip to it, it's only $34, $34.95. Oh,
Right.
there it is. Perfect. If y'all can see that. David, can you zoom that? There we go. So that was going to fit everyone. It's going to fit right into the throat. It just sticks in there.
Yeah, it plugs into the USB that's on the side.
And
then it has an adhesive, and you can make it the exact length that you need to for your throat.
So the only thing they caution you about, if y'all can see my hand, is that if you go back to that other shot, David, right here, you don't want to stick any lights right here. And do you know why, Gina?
Because I don't want it going right in my face.
It will. It would actually blind you. It would be shining right up in your face. So they recommend to stop it right on the top where it's pointing straight down and go all the way. And it will really light up a lot. And so that will add a lot of lights, because I know, I tell you what, I can't get enough light anymore.
No,
it's amazing. So that's one of the things that the light strip that we highly recommend. And you know, I was sitting there just looking at the spool. One of the accessories they have too is that horizontal spool. Now, tell me a little bit about that. I don't know why I would want a horizontal spool holder, but why would I want? So instead of it being on here, it's going to be like this.
Right. There is a little connector that goes right on here, and then has the horizontal spool pin come this way, because depending on the way that your thread is wound onto the spool, this one, you want it to come off the top. The other, like stack wound spools, usually the smaller spools, not always, but you want them to come off this way so that it feeds off straight rather than come up off the top.
All right, so I know that we touched a little bit on the feet too. Like, so, you know, I know like when you're doing ruler work, you have to have a special foot, so it'll actually, it won't get over the lip. It's super
helpful to have that Surefoot.
The Surefoot. So I know the Surefoot is, but tell us a little bit about some of the other feet that you can purchase that will fit on this machine and what they're for. That's the thing. A lot of people don't really know why you would use some of these feet. You know, I know like they have an Echo Foot and they have the Surefoot. So tell us a little bit about that and why I would want to use one.
I love talking about the feet. I love the feet.
Hey, I got to tell y'all something so funny. So we were talking a little earlier right before the show, and Ginny goes, "Oh, I just love feet," and I went, "Oh, hey, hold on, that kind of sounded a little funny." You have a foot fetish? She has a hey. She has a Handi Quilter foot fetish.
I do. The first extra feet that came out with Handi Quilter was the couching feet, and that is one of my favorites. Still one of my favorites, where we have the ability to lay yarn on top of the quilt, and as we're quilting, it's just getting that yarn as well. When we come back at one of those, I did bring a few little samples I could show you if you wanted to. Then they came out with, what was next? Well, we've already talked about the Surefoot.
Surefoot.
There is the Echo Feet.
Echo Foot, Square Foot, right?
Square Feet, set of 2. Echo Feet is a set of 3. There is the Micro Foot, which is fairly new.
Couching and then Glide.
And Glide.
Right?
Glide, yeah.
Okay.
Glide would be perfect if you are a quilt from the back kit kind of person.
Okay.
Because you aren't watching the front. You are watching back here, and so it just glides over. If there's any fullness, anything, takes care of that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So the Echo, now what do you use the Echo Foot for?
The Echo Foot is a set of 3 feet, and it has, rather than the 1/4 inch foot that is normal from the needle to the edge of the foot is a 1/4 inch, it makes it 3/8, a half, and 3/4, so that if you need that help with spacing, you can use it with the rulers, so you don't have to mark anything. But I like to use it just to help me with spacing. If you're gonna, and of course it's called an Echo Foot, so echoing around things, doing that even line, and then stitch again to have that echo. So if I was going to do the panogram from behind,
So I would just, which foot would I use the most on that?
I would probably use the glide foot.
The glide, okay. Yeah. And then I guess that the name kind of speaks for itself. It's going to help glide against the pentagram.
Well, it's quilting here, so when you're going over multiple layers, it just glides.
I know what I was thinking about was not the pentagram, because that's the laser light. The ruler work. So like if I had a ruler and I'm having to use that to trace, like
you're not using the glide, you're using the Surefoot.
Surefoot, that was it. Yeah. So the Surefoot makes it basically, so everybody will know what I'm talking about, is if I have a ruler and I have it laying on the pattern, I'm actually pushing the foot up against it, and that's I'm just kind of following that ruler to make the pattern.
Right.
Okay, so there's a couple different ways you can do that. You can do that with a ruler foot to make the patterns, or you can use the pentagram like we were talking about in the back to do patterns.
Yeah, rulers are going to do like really precise designs, circles. Like circles I can't do, without a little help, and that's where the rulers definitely come in.
Okay, so like if I'm just going to be doing freestyle, like if I'm just out here doing my own patterns, what would I use? Well,
you might use the micro foot, because that basically it doesn't have, let's see, did I get, yep, I did. It basically is a foot without a foot. So it basically just comes right down to where the needle is. You have full visibility around where the needle is, so that when we're quilting, we can make that needle hit the mark right on there.
Okay, great.
So, yeah.
All right, so I'm trying to think if there's one of the things too I wanted to tell everybody about was you can also buy casters for this frame. So there's a caster set that you can buy. So if you wanted to roll it around and say you are limited a little bit on space and you need to move the machine around or the whole frame around, you can buy casters and put it on casters.
Yeah, it's perfect.
The caster set, basically it comes in a set of 4 when you buy it. And then, so you will, and this one actually has to have 6 casters. So you're going to have to buy 2 sets. Okay. If you want casters. But the great thing about it is you'll have a little extra caster set. You have for 2. If you decide to get that 10-foot extension, you already have your wheels to put on it. So, so that's the great thing about it. So we do have the caster set. I think they're $100 for a set, which you get 4. So you'll have to have 2 sets. So it'd be like $200 to put it on casters. And then you'll have that extra 2 that you can put on your 10-foot extension.
I have mine on casters, and with quilting and batting, dust accumulates, and so it's nice to get a fresh start, move it out of the way, clean everything, and start again. So whenever I need to reorganize my room, it's so nice to have the casters on.
Yeah, I didn't really think about getting all the dust bunnies. It'd be hard to kind of climb under. Bunnies, so yeah, it would be really good to have them on casters. So one of the things that we get, asked all the time, we go to a lot of quilt shows and we do a lot of conventions and things, and we sell long arms there, and people always are talking about, well, I just don't have room. That's the biggest thing they always talk about. I just don't have room for this, or I don't want to invest a lot of money in a big setup before I actually know that I really, really love it.
Right.
So, one of the things, what would you tell somebody who, those two kind of arguments, that they don't have room or I don't want to invest a ton of money?
Well, certainly this setup is one of the ways to go because of the price point. You are getting everything you're getting in a bigger frame, but 8 foot. So like I said, you can fit that in a 10-foot bedroom. I mean, it really can fit anywhere, but let's just say absolutely 8 feet's not going to fit. We can put the Moxie on what's called our little foot frame.
Exactly.
So that is a 5-foot frame. So 5 feet usually we can find a room for. And you can do any size quilt on that because it's kind of more of a hooping system. It's a little bit different than the way this frame works, but you can do any size quilt on that.
All right, so Deb Donovan's here, and she just corrected me on one of the prices. The caster set. So if you want to get the caster set, it's $49.95.
That sounds
for
better.
4.
I like it.
So for 4 of them, and then it's $99 for the set of 8. So you'd have to have 2 sets.
Perfect.
2 sets
Look
of
at that. We
4s.
already just saved money.
So yeah, you're saving money already. So that was an interesting point. So, everybody always says, oh, well, I don't have room. Well, the little foot frame, you're going to have room because it's a 5-foot frame. The same machine will fit on it. So you basically, for $49.95, we're going to give you your choice. You can either have the 8-foot frame, this loft, they call it, it's a loft frame. So you can either pick the loft frame, 8-foot, or you can put the 5-foot little foot frame. So we're going to give you your choice on that frame size. So now there's no excuse. Everybody can find 5 foot in their house. Right?
Absolutely.
If you want to quilt, there's no reason you can't quilt now. And one thing about it, this 15-inch with the handlebars in front is going to open up your world to quilting if you've been doing it on a domestic machine. Because a domestic machine right now, you're pretty much, if you don't have it on a frame, like you're basically doing free motion.
Yeah, and your shoulders are getting all tight because you're having to push that quilt.
All right. So I'm going to steal something from somebody who told me about this one time, and I can't say who they were, but I'm going to give an analogy that I heard that was I really thought this was great. A buddy of mine gave me. So if everybody at home right now, and I'm presuming you're right-handed, but if you're right-handed or you're left-handed, take the hand that you normally don't write with. So if you're right-handed, take your left hand, okay? So everybody take their left hand, and what I want you to do is I want you to hold paper. Let's just act like we're going to hold paper and you're holding a pen, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's just write your name by pushing, keeping the pen still and doing that, right? Write your name. Okay. Now let's turn it around and hold the paper and hold the pen and see how much easier it is to write your name. So that's the difference between free motion and using handlebars. You have so much more control, and it's a lot more comfortable as well. So that's one of the things, that advantage of having a machine like this versus a free motion home machine. And now with this price of $49.95, you're getting into a machine extremely inexpensive for a quilting machine of this caliber.
Absolutely. Can I show them how easy it is to move it?
Yes, let's do that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we just have a start and a stop. We just press the start, and I can do it with one hand. I mean, we can do it two-handed, but so easy to move. So easy to move. And if I just use my foot to do a 1/4 inch, I can do that. I can... And it's in stitch regulation, so I can move fast or slow. It's going to keep up with me. No matter how fast or slow I go, it's going to put those stitches per inch that I've told it to do, because we have 2 modes that we can do. Well, actually 3 modes that it can stitch in.
Now, Gina, one of the cool things about this too is we got a little introductory price for everybody. Well, really, it's not a price, but a package.
Oh, okay.
So at $49.95, if y'all call right now and 1-800-401-8151 and speak to one of Nick's team over there, they're going to have a special for you. Can't say what it is on air because it's one of those things we can't break the map pricing, so I can't advertise it being cheaper. But for $49.95, we're going to throw in some stuff with this. And you have to call, and they'll have to tell it to you over the phone what it actually is. But I promise you, it is really, really good. If you've been in the market for one of these machines, I would jump on this opportunity, because this is only going to last today. What we're doing is only for today. And so we're going to actually be back on air today at 2 o'clock Pacific time. We're going to be back on again, and we're going to do the same, talk about the machine again, and we're going to have that same special. But we're going to be doing the special all the way till 6 p.m. Pacific time today. And so when you call in, make sure that y'all say, hey, I'm calling about the Moxie special.
Yeah. And
we are going to be able to hook you up with something really, really good. And I promise you, it's going to be the best price that you're probably going to get on any machine of this caliber at the $49.95. And then what we're going to throw in is make it even better. So it's going to be a pretty awesome
You're getting
package.
it first.
Hey, yeah, so that's one of the things too. We're the first company in America right now with launch. And so I think some of the machines are they got very few coming in. And one of the things too, I want everybody just to have a little patience too, because this machine, we're launching it today, but it's actually not being released until November 1st. So if you make an order today, it's supposed to ship the first week in November. So it'll ship to you. We're hoping it hits on time on November 1st or 2nd. But they're telling us that they're going to land right before the end of the month, and then we're going to be shipping first week in November. So you're basically pre-ordering this right now, but that's why we're giving you a really good special. If you go ahead and pre-order it today, we're going to have some really cool stuff for you. So tell us a little bit your overview. I know you've been quilting for a long time.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about just the overall thing, all the accessories that come with it, the machine itself. I mean, I think it looks great, by the way, too.
Yeah, it's cute. I love it. I love the green. So the screen, am I okay here? The screen is a little color screen, and what happens is they are icon based. So we just can choose, we touch the plus and the minus on our handlebars together, and then we just navigate. We have all sorts of choices. The first choice that comes up is whether or not we want precision or cruise. So if we choose that, precision or cruise is within our regulated mode, and then manual, we can choose anywhere up to its top speed, which is 1800 stitches per minute. We can choose that. And so we can, I just chose manual. Let's see here. Okay, so, and then we can choose whether we want to have needle up, needle down, whether we want the lighting in full light, or we can adjust it. We can keep ourselves from going too fast, which is hard not to do. Okay, I'm going to go back to precision. There we go. Okay, so it's super easy to navigate. And then once we're in our home screen, we can adjust how many stitches per inch we want to do.
That's pretty awesome. I love the look of this thing, by the way.
Yes.
Looks great. Now tell us, I know in the box it comes with some stickers.
Yes.
So can we tell us everybody a little bit about what the stickers are for?
Well, it comes with a box full of accessories, which I absolutely love. Can I show that? Yeah. Okay.
You can.
So it comes with a set of pins. It comes with a channel lock. It comes with some of our Handi Quilter fabric to practice on. And then it comes with the tools that you need. Like I said, it comes with a open toe or closed toe foot. And then let me show you the stickers. Where are they? There they are.
Now explain to everybody what the actual stickers are for.
So part of it is just to dress up.
Bling it up a little bit.
Give it a little bling. But then they have two stickers, which are really cool, where it says quilt top and quilt backing, because this frame, when you first set it up, you have two choices of how you want to set it up. So when you set it up in the high position, which is, I believe, what it is right now, the quilt top is loaded on this one. If we do it in the low position, which basically makes it so that the bar is kind of bumped down, so that if you like to use a lot of rulers, you don't have the ruler bumping into that. So you would make the quilt top be actually on this roller.
Okay.
So yeah, these are kind of fun to dress up. Stitch like a boss. Quilt your heart out. I love it. Free motion, fabulous.
So that way you can kind of dress your machine up a little bit if you want to. Now that's the box that all this stuff comes in. Yep. So this is the accessory kit, and this actually comes packed in the Moxie box. So that's going to actually come standard in the box that when you purchase this. Now, does anybody know what the weight of the machine is?
I don't know, but all the guys kept saying yesterday and today, I can't believe how light
Light.
it is.
That's why I noticed it was extremely light. I wish I knew what the actual weight was.
So
but
when you need to, bring it in for service, super easy to just lift it off.
yeah, it was. It's so lightweight. I was really surprised at how lightweight it was, because some of those quilting machines out there, you could use them as a ship anchor.
They can be a little heavy, yes.
Yeah, they're pretty heavy. So this thing is extremely lightweight, and I noticed too, it has little vibration. That was one of the things. Sometimes they have a lot of vibration to them too. This thing is just really smooth. So what's your view? I know you are a big Handi Quilter person, and you've used every single one they've had, all the way up to the Big Daddy, the big 26-inch.
Yeah.
What's your overview of this? What do you think about it?
Well, I just love that we can do anything that we can do with the big machines, we can do with this one. We just think about the quiltable space and work within that. But and those of us who are quilters, pretty much everyone does charity quilts. And I just see myself being able to finish those quilts of valor that I want to do, and be able to finish those quilts. Whereas, you could give more charity quilts if you had this at home just to do whenever you wanted to do it.
Well, you'll be real proud of me, Gina. So I really don't quilt. I do the robotics. So we go to trade shows.
I do a little bit of everything.
I use the Pro Stitcher, and I'll do the robotics for demonstrations. However, we just launched last week on Thursday on our show. We launched some new quilting kits, ready to sew quilting kits. Nice. So we launched them. So I've kind of got myself into a mess here, because I got challenged that I needed to do one of the table runners. And so basically,
I agree.
I've got to do the table runner, and then I'm going to show it on a show.
I can't wait.
So we're going to see how easy it actually is, because one of our quilters said that they could have it done in 3 hours.
Okay.
And we're going to see how long it takes me, and we're going to film it. And so we're gonna film it and show y'all. And so we're going to see what my quilting technique's going to be on it. So, but anyway, I'm going to be firsthand. I'm going to know if our kits are easy, and how well I can actually quilt. So if y'all are at home, you're interested in this machine, hey, don't delay on this. Make sure y'all get on the phones right now, 800-401-8151, and tell them you want to hear about the Moxie Special. The price is going to be $49.95 for the machine and the 8-foot frame, and you can actually buy an extension if you want to go to 10 feet. If the frame is too big and you need a little bit smaller frame, you can go down to the little foot frame, which is 5 feet. And so it's going to be small enough to put in any area of your house that you want to do. And make sure you ask them about the Moxie Special, because we have got a great package that we're doing today that is probably going to be the only time it's ever going to happen is today. And so that's all I can say. We have to be careful about when we advertise about pricing and what comes with it. So we don't want to break any MAP prices, but the price is $49.95, and we are going to make it worth your while if you call today at 1-800-401-8151. And you can also live chat. We have live chat agents standing by on our website, can answer any questions. You can also go to the chat. I think Deb and is on chat today, Deb Donovan, and she can answer any questions on chat for you. And I think Kyle is on chat as well, helping out. And again, we're going to have some giveaways, aren't we, David? Sure. We're doing giveaways today. So hey, make sure that y'all comment. If you're on Facebook, make a comment, share your post, or ask a question. If you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up on the video. And also, you can ask questions on the chat feature on YouTube. And we're monitoring both of them, and we would love to give some stuff away. We got some pretty cool stuff away.
Something I just remembered about this, the new app, Built, B-I-L-T, that you can get on, and it has directions on setting this whole thing up. I mean, it's amazing.
It is. It's what Gina's talking about, if y'all don't know, if you've got an Android phone or you got an Apple phone, you can go to either Google or Apple app station or app, and you can download the Built app. It's called Built.
B-I-L-T.
Yeah, B-I-L-T, Built app. And a lot of companies use them out there. Well, Handi Quilter has this whole setup on that built app, and it is really neat. So you can pull up the app, you can do a 360 view, you can look at it from different angles to show you how to build the frame and all that. So it's really it's a step up. And you know, we always feel like that, you know, Sewing Machines Plus, we feel like we give better service than any dealership out there, just because we have so many knowledgeable people about quilting machines and long arms. And you know, our techs will even FaceTime you to help you. You know, but we don't want people to feel like they're out, you know, on their own and left out in left field when they buy one of these things. So Handi Quilter's taking it up to another level. They really are. With the built app now, you're always going to have those directions right there. You can do the exploded views and 360s and see it. And so if you're, you know, sometimes in an instruction manual, you really can't see what it's talking about. It'll say, put this here. But on the built app, you can actually spin it to where you can actually see right where something goes. So that's the great thing. And I'm super excited about that and the future of that.
So many of us are visual learners. That they really want to see it visually. So they've listened to people and said, yeah, let's do that.
So, hey, I think that, you know, we've covered a lot of this today, and I hope we didn't leave anything out. But again, guys, you can go to our website. We have a web page. It's up and running right now. It shows you all about the Moxie machine. We have all the accessories, or I think, Kyle, do we have all the accessories on the page yet?
We have a lot of them.
Okay. We don't know if we have all the accessories yet, but we are going to be putting all the accessories up. Actually, we just got 2 brand new web people. They're sitting in here today, and they should be at the store right now or at the office putting this accessories up. Guys, what are y'all doing here? Just kidding. Welcome aboard. We have Audrey and Aaron just started with us. Today's their first day, and they're going to be helping us put stuff up on the web. So welcome. Glad y'all are here. And hopefully we have all that stuff on the website. If not, we'll be getting all the accessories up. I know we have some of it already on there. But again, visit our website. Go check the Moxie out. Look at it. It's $49.95. And again, I can't stress that we're going to have a great special that we're going to throw at you today if you purchase. And so just give them Nick's team a call, and they can answer any questions. We had training here yesterday. So Gina graciously came in on a Sunday, and we brought our team in here, and we had training. They all got to play with the machine. So the people you're talking to on the phones actually have quilted. So that's the great thing about our company. Everybody we have is involved. And, you know, I always tell people, you know, even our chat team out there are all quilters, sewers, and embroiderers, and extremely experienced, and they know what they're talking about. So that's the great thing about it. In our in-house people do too. We have a lot of people that it's, you know, quilting and sewing is their passion. And not many companies can, you know, say that. They have people on the phones, but, you know, we have people that are actually in the hobby working for us. So that's the great thing about it. Again, guys, don't delay. Hey, Ella, I can hardly believe the price. Me neither. Ella, do you think we ought to raise the price, Ella, just a little bit? Just kidding. No, so $49.95 introductory price on the Moxie. You're going to get the 15-inch machine. You're getting the 8-foot frame that comes with it, or you can get the little foot 5-foot frame. Your choice on the frame size now. And if you want to go to a 10-foot frame, all you got to do is add that 2-foot extension to it and go to 10 feet. And then we have all the accessories. We've talked a lot about the accessories, and if y'all are just now tuning in, you know, we talked about Gina's foot fetish that she has, and I'm just kidding. It's not that kind of foot fetish. It's a Handi Quilter foot fetish for the machines. So yeah, she said that this morning. She goes, "Oh, I just love feet." Wait, what? But she loves the feet that go on the machine, and so we talked a little bit about that. And so do we have any questions, David? Anybody's got any questions about the Moxie? Hey, and if you're out there, just chime in and tell us your name and where you're from, where you're viewing from. And if you got any questions, go ahead and ask a question, and we'll start. And then we'll start giving some stuff away. We'll give some things away today.
I have one thing to add. Is I remember that this frame you can put the Simply 16 on this frame.
That is
true. So
if
you had bought the Simply 16 with the little foot frame, and you're wishing you had a frame system, and you want, you know, a economical way to do it, this is a great.
Yep. So they can go to that frame,
Yep.
and the only thing they have to do is they'll have to buy a carriage
Right.
and the frame.
Yeah.
Hey Deb, does we know what the price of just the frame by itself is? Do we know that yet?
No, we don't know that yet.
Okay, so we don't have the price of the frame just yet, but we'll find that out, and we'll have that, I'm sure, on our website as an upgrade on the Littlefoot page. So, I mean, not the Littlefoot, but the Simply 16 page. We'll probably have that as a drop-down upgrade that you can do if you want to add one of these frames. So, yeah, that's a great point. Great point. So a lot of people out there have the Simply 16 with the Littlefoot frame, and if they want to go to an 8-foot frame, this would be the way to go.
8 or
sure
10
would.
feet, yeah.
So here we go. It says Moxie machine with software add-on. Okay, I'm not sure software add-on what they're talking about.
Well, like to robotics.
Oh, so you're talking about maybe robotics? 100% you'll be able to do that. Not ready yet. I'm sure somebody's going to make robotics.
Probably coming.
But it's right now, it's not, robotics are not available for it. But you know how things are when they first come out. You know, we bought your first car, you didn't have that pretty, you know, 8-track tape player in it either. But you had to put, they don't have 8 tracks anymore, do they? They have cassettes now. No, it's CDs.
No.
What am I talking about? You know I'm playing. So yeah, you know, you're always going to have, when they first come out with stuff, they're probably going to have add-on accessories, but I can perceive that they're going to have robotics. And I hope that's answered your question. So Bambi says, does it have rear handles for panos? Yes, it does. It's an accessory that you can get a rear kit for it. It comes with a laser light. It comes with the handlebars that you can do in one pantograph that you can do it. And what we recommend, you'll have to do the tabletop kit for the back, because it doesn't currently come with the tabletop kit that goes in the back. So to do that, you'll have to purchase the tabletop kit plus the rear handle kit. And we'll have that on our website that you can do it. See what setup instructions come with it, written, video, or both.
So that's what we find on the Built app.
Right.
And it gives a whole listing of everything you need and the instructions.
Yeah, there's not a video on the setup yet, but I'm sure they'll be coming pretty soon. But on the Built app that we talked about, you can go download that app off of Apple Play and the Android side of things. You can go download that app. It's BILT, Built app, and you'll just do a search for Handi Quilter on there, because it probably didn't release until today.
Yeah, I checked yesterday. It wasn't there today. It's there. So if you just put in Moxie, it'll come up.
Moxie, and you'll be able to find it. This has been a kind of a top secret project, and so it couldn't get released until today. So the app wasn't working until probably today, and you'll be able to find all the exploded views. But good. So Laura said, is it 15-inch or 18-inch? It's a 15-inch neck, Laura, 15-inch. So what are the questions we got, David?
How soon will it be available?
All right, so Pat, great question. The Moxie, they're telling us right now that they're going to land for us to be able to ship them for November 1st ship date. We should be getting them at the end of this month, but it's probably going to be that first week in November that we'll be shipping them.
Right.
So, and the quantities are limited.
Yeah, you want to get on the list.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and pre-order. If y'all are thinking about this, pre-order, because the quantities, the first batch is extremely limited, and then they'll have another batch coming in December, but this first batch is extremely limited. So if you're interested in this, get it pre-ordered now. You'll be on the list, and you'll get one shipped. And see, Bambi said, is this an intro to long arm machine, or can it be advanced quilter? That is a great question, Bambi.
That is a great question.
Because we talked a little bit about that. I want you to talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, you can, I mean, basically the machine is doing a stitch like this. How advanced you get is up to you. You can do any amount of quilting, advanced, beginners. It'll take you the whole way.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That was what we talked about a little bit earlier. So, if you're thinking about getting into quilting in general, I mean, there's only a couple ways you can do it. You can either invest in a machine like this, or you can take your domestic home machine and quilt on it. But you're going to, most of them don't have a very wide throat space. So you're limited at the size of quilt that you can do, because you're having to roll it really tight. And then you're having to move positions quite often because of that. And so it slows you down a lot. So I know a lot of people that have, gotten into quilting, and they were kind of discouraged at first because of how time consuming and hard it was.
Right.
they got a machine like this and they said it just changed their world. So one great thing about a machine like this, you can actually, it's a great price. I mean, it's cheap as some of the domestic machines out there now.
Absolutely.
And, if you can, a 5-foot area is all you have to have, everybody, just 5 feet, because you got your choice between this loft frame, which is 8 feet, can go to 10, or you can get the little foot frame, which is a 5-foot frame. So it takes up a very small area on the little foot, and you have this 15-inch throat. So you're not going to have to be advancing the quilt as near as often as you would on a domestic machine. So that's the great thing about that.
Yeah, and I love having one of these machines, because then I can say that I did the whole quilt. But a lot of people will pay others to quilt for them, but then I can't say that I did the quilting part. So I want to be able to say I did the piecing, I did the quilting.
Stephanie's got a question. It says, do the casters lock so it doesn't move while stitching?
Yes,
They do. And if y'all kind of missed us talking about the casters, you can get casters for this. It actually takes 6 casters. One set of casters has 4 casters in it, and it's $49.95 for one set. You're going to have 2 sets, which is going to be whatever, the 88, $99, whatever it is, for 8. And so you'll have to get the 6. You have to buy 2 sets. The great thing about it is, if you ever decide to go to the 10-foot extension, you already have your casters for it, so you won't have to buy any more casters.
Right.
But the casters, you can lock them, so it makes it easy to move. And now Bambi says, how are the tension controls? Easy.
Super easy. They're
button.
just the same as they are on any of our machines, and you just turn right to tighten or left to loosen, and we just adjust it right up here. Super easy.
Yeah, we can't see our camera view, but one of the things, speaking of tension, a lot of people will ask about tension. I'm at trade shows, I always ask about tension. What's the best way to kind of guide yourself on if your tension's too tight or too loose when you're quilting? What are the signs to look for?
Well, so when you first, on our machines, you first set the bobbin tension. Once you have that bobbin tension set, then you put it in and start checking. So there is a knot that it has to make in the middle. So if it's pulling it up to the top, I just loosen the top. If it's pulling it down to the bottom, I tighten the top to kind of make that knot go in the middle of the quilt.
So when you're saying if the knot compresses down.
Like if I run my nail along that stitch, I'll feel like braille.
Okay.
So if the braille is on the top, then I loosen the top tension. If the braille is on the bottom,
okay,
then I tighten the top tension.
So
you got to get used to that.
So I hope that answered y'all's questions about there. So Julia, what is the actual quilting space you can quilt a whole 12-inch block?
We checked it yesterday. It's about 11.
11 inch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was close. It looks real close.
So when we're doing a 12-inch block, we just kind of think in terms maybe of half of it at a time. And so there will be some designs that would work well to just quilt it half, and then the other half to kind of mirror.
Yeah, you'll just advance a quilt a little bit. Okay.
And it would be not much that you'd need to advance to finish that 12-inch.
So I hope that answered your question, Julia. And again, if we kind of stress that, this is not going to be this big full-blown 12-foot frame with a 26-inch head either. This is something that we're talking about. If you're wanting to step up from a domestic machine, this is going to be like driving a Cadillac. I'm telling you, it is, because it's, a domestic machine. A lot of times you have about 6 inches, if less, of quilting area. And now we know that we have 11. We have 11 inches that we can quilt on this 15-inch neck. So that's going to really speed things up for you.
And the nice thing about our frames, even this one, the quilt, as we finish it, rolls onto this top roller so that it is not affecting, we're not having to raise and lower any sides. It just automatically is rolling onto here, staying up and out of the way.
Yeah, and you've still got a lot of room here to gather your quilt up,
and do a full quilt there.
Yeah, so it's going to be really, really good. All right, so hey, David, are we ready to give some stuff away? We got any more questions, by the way? If y'all got questions, chime in and we'll try to get them on air. If we don't answer your questions, Deb and Kyle both are on chat. They're going to try to answer them. And you can naturally go on our website, and we have live chat going on right now. We have some professional quilters on the live chat team. And then you can call in to Nick's team in the call center at 800-401-8151, and they can answer your questions. And also, if you want to purchase, pre-purchase this thing right now for $49.95. Get on the list. We're going to be shipping in November, and we got a special price, not price, but a package for you today at $49.95. You're getting the frame and the machine, but we're going to throw something in too with it, and we can't tell you what it is because of rules. But you call us on the phone, and we're going to tell you all about what. Just tell them you want to know about the Moxie Special, and I promise you, it's going to be worth your while. It's going to be. We got a really good thing set up, so I'm pretty excited about this. And Kyle tells me these things are already flying off the shelf. So guys, don't wait. I'm telling you. I mean,
oh my goodness,
if they're selling that quick, and they're
take the first
because you got to think about it. This first shipment is extremely limited, and they're actually shipping them straight from Handi Quilter's going to ship them right to your door for us. They're not even going to ship them here because we're trying to save time, but they're limited on how many they're even getting in. So we're going to try to allocate as many as they can to Sewing Machines Plus, but you got to get them early so they can plan it. So we're hoping this launch today. We're going to get all those orders to them so they can go ahead and get those allocated, and you'll make sure you get yours the first week of November when they ship. If you wait till after today, there's a chance you may be till December. So got to get on the phone and give us a call right now. Don't delay. So Kitty says, I wish. Come on, Kitty. Marcy, very tempting. So Marcy, what could we do to tempt you more? I'm just trying to figure out what could we do. This is incredible. If you're wanting to quilt, this is the time to do it. I'm telling you, get into the quilting. And matter of fact, you can learn a lot by just watching YouTube videos on how to do quilting.
Goodness, yes.
Handi Quilter has thousands of videos on YouTube with some of their educators, such as Gina here, doing quilting. So don't delay. Get on the phone and order these. Teresa says on the phone now. Great job, Teresa. And make sure you tell them you want the Moxie Special, Teresa. And I can't stress to you enough not to delay this if you're interested, because we're not trying to put any pressure on anybody, but I just if you're wanting to get one of these, make sure you get on the phone today, because they are going to be very limited. And I know Kyle said they're flying off the shelves already. So guys, today we have a great special on it. Call in at $49.95. You get the 8-foot frame with the Moxie machine, and we got a very special little gift that we're kind of throwing in with it, or gifts, I should say. And so make sure you call in. And Ella says, do you have special financing? We sure do, Ella. When you call the 800 number, tell them you want the Moxie Special, and then ask them about financing. We have financing set up as well. Make it easy for you to pay this thing off and get it to your house in November. So
how many of us quilters have quilt tops waiting to be quilted?
Because you're probably in line at the person who does your quilt tops.
Could be,
you're waiting on them because most of them are all covered up.
Busy.
Well, guess what?
Here, we can finish it.
You do your own.
I love it.
You do your own. And I promise you, somebody out there that's quilting has a good friend that knows how to do it. If you don't know how to do it properly, they can teach you how to do it. So.
And we were talking about videos. One of the set of videos that Handi Quilter does is called Minute Motif. And it's a 1-minute video of showing different designs and how it's accomplished. So there's no excuse. We can get it done.
So one of the things that Kyle told me, that not all the accessories are up online right now, that you can do it, but just make sure you ask one of the online salespeople, if you talk to them, about the accessories, because they do have the price list and they can tell you the different things that we've covered today about the prices. Like the groovy board we talked about. We talked about the what was the ruler base.
We didn't talk about the groovy board.
Oh, did we not talk about the groovy board?
Talk about
well, let's talk about the groovy board.
Yeah. Especially with a Moxie, that sounds like a groovy board should go with it.
Yes.
So there's a stylus that comes down, and the groovy board, kind of like the pantographs, but these now have grooves so that it's like little training wheels to just do that perfect design, and it guides you right through it. So there's no excuse. You can get it perfect quilting. So
basically it's got the groove of the designs, and you're just following the groove with that stylus.
You just drop that stylus in there, and then as you just lightly move, it makes it go in that. So what's
so I know the groovy board is $99.99. It's $100 to get the groovy board attachment. What would your recommendation? I know there's pantographs that people put on the back here with the laser light, and they follow that.
Right.
That's still going to be a little bit of free motion because you're having to make sure you keep
Right.
that light
Right.
on the line.
Right.
Where the groovy board
Boards.
is somebody like me, I can just throw the stylus in there and I'm just
I kind
following.
of think it like Autopia at Disneyland, where you have to stay in the lines. That it makes you do that.
It makes me,
Yeah.
yeah, I could do that real easy,
Yeah,
couldn't I?
absolutely.
So beginners, I would say the groovy board would be the perfect thing if you want to get into designs.
Yep.
And then as you advance up, maybe go to the pantograph because it's going to take a little bit more practice keeping
Right.
control.
Right.
But either one
Yep.
would be fantastic, and it makes everything consistent across the quilt.
Exactly.
So that's the great thing about it. But hey, you know what? Some of the things you do, it would just be, this quilt. I don't know, David, can they see that quilt behind Gina over here? That quilt is basically Donna Johnson works for us. She always donates these beautiful quilts for us to hang up on our shows. And that was one that Donna did. And that machine, that quilt right there that y'all are seeing, that's something that can be done on this
Absolutely,
machine
yeah, I
very
looked at it.
easily. It's everything that she did on that machine or that quilt could be done on this frame and this machine
Yep,
setup. So,
absolutely.
and that thing is absolutely gorgeous, that quilt. So that's kind of some of the things that you can do with this if you had that quilt.
Mm-hmm.
So again, guys, let's give some stuff away. What do y'all think?
Yes. Do it.
And again, if y'all have some, chime in, tell us where you're from and your name. And if you have any questions, keep asking questions. And Deb's back there manning the chat, and Kyle's on chat today. And we're trying to ask some questions. Again, guys, while David's pulling up the winners, first thing we're going to do is talk a bit about what we're giving away. We're giving away 5 swag bags, right, David? So we're giving away 5 swag bags, and 2 of them have Handi Quilter stuff. We're giving a Handi Quilter apron away with one of those water bottles, and then one has a water bottle, Handi Quilter water bottle, but they all have a Sewing Machine Plus swag in them. So you get all kinds of little things, little mirrors and compacts and a magnifying reader and I think an eyeglass kit and a notepad, all kinds of cool things. And then we're also going to give away a bag bundle. So we have our event bags. David, let me grab this real quick if y'all don't, so if y'all can see our event bags. These are our event bags, and we're famous for these bags now. We've got, everybody loves these bags, but there's a bundle of 8. They all have sayings on the back of them, and they have Sewing Machines Plus on the other side. All kinds of different colors. This is a $49.99 value on our website. And we're going to give a bundle of 8 away. And then the swag bags, you're actually going to get the purple bag. Is there a purple bag? Am I missing? I'm missing a bag. Yeah, so there's a purple one. So David, hand me that purple bag if you don't mind. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here's our purple bag. I knew I was missing one. Only had 7, everybody, instead of 8.
Purple's my favorite.
So we're going to give the purple bag, and it says, when life gives you scraps, make a quilt.
Yes.
So with all the swag bags that we're going to give away today are all in the purple bags. And so we're going to give 5 of the swag bags away. 2 of them are the kind of a Handi Quilter little added bonus inside. And then we're going to give a whole bundle of bags away right here. So the first thing let's do, David, let's give away just the standard SMP swag bag. So it'll have some of the SMP swag in it. So if he can get us a winner pulled up. So Pamela Nestler. So congratulations, Pamela. Make sure you email me your shipping address to CEO@SewingMachinesPlus.com, and we'll get it shipped right out to you. So she's going to get a little purple bag that has all kinds of SMP swag in it.
Exciting.
All right, so that's 1, David. So let's get us our second winner. It's coming up right now. Sarah Briam, is that right? Briam, Sarah Briam. Okay, so Sarah Briam is our second winner, and she's getting a Sewing Machines Plus swag bag. It's got all kinds of SMP stuff inside. And Sarah, make sure you email me your shipping address to CEO@SewingMachinesPlus.com, and we'll get that shipped right out to you. All right, so let's get us a third winner, David. Della, is that right?
Delia?
Delia? Sotella? Delia Sotella? So if I'm butchering your name, I apologize right now.
Go easy.
I'm terrible with names. I really am. So Delia, I think it's right. Delia, congratulations. You're getting a Sewing Machines Plus swag bag, and you're actually going to get one of the purple bags that I showed. You'll get one of those purple ones right here with all the SMP little swag inside. And make sure you email me your shipping address at CEO@SewingMachinesPlus.com, and we'll get that shipped out to you. Okay, so our next giveaway is going to be a purple bag. It's going to be SMP swag, but we're also throwing a Handi Quilter tumbler inside of it. So it's one of those little tumblers that you
Nice.
water bottle. All right, so David, let's get our tumbler winner. So it's Sherry Dermott. Dermott, is that it? Dermott? Sherry Dermott. So congratulations, Sherry, and email me your shipping address and we'll get that right out to you. So she wins the SMP swag bag with the Handi Quilter tumbler. The next thing that we're giving away is it's a SMP swag bag that has a tumbler in it and also has a Handi Quilter apron. So it's a really cool apron in it. So that's coming next. So our winner for that is Kathy Gruber. So Kathy Gruber, congratulations on that win. And then the next thing we're giving away is our bundle of bags. So we're going to give the bundle of bags away. You get all 8. You can buy these on our website for $49.99 for the bag of 8. And I think they're, Kyle, what are they? What, $9.99 a piece? $6.99? So $6.99 each. If you can go look at all the different ones we have, but we have 8 different styles. So who is our winner, David? Carol Ironman. Now, is that Ehrman or Ironman? You know,
We don't know.
I know a Carol Ironman.
Oh.
I don't know if it's the same one though. Hey, where's Carol
She'll
from?
find
If
out.
she says Houston, Texas, then I know this lady. Surely it's not the same one. So Carol, tell us where you're from, and also send me your shipping address to CEO@SewingMachinesPlus.com, and we'll get that shipped right out to you. But you won our bag of goodies. So do we have any more questions that came up, David, on the?
I have something to add.
Okay. Oh, yes.
We didn't talk about the fact that it comes with its own bobbin winder, and the fact that the bobbins that come with this machine are the M-class bobbins. So you get a lot more than you, that's the one big thing, which is nice about going from your home machine to this machine, is you have twice as much basically on your bobbin than you're used to. So you can quilt a lot longer before you need to change the bobbin.
And the great thing about it, while you're quilting, you can be winding and bobbing.
Yep.
Same
so
time.
That comes with the package as well.
Okay, so everybody saw it. That's one thing we forgot to say. Yep, the bobbin winder is separate and it comes with it. So that's awesome. All right, do we have any more questions, David, that came up? All right, everybody get on the phones. Don't delay. Get out there and get on the phone. Give us a call at 800-401-8151. Tell them you're calling about the Moxie special. And they will tell you what we got going today. It's $49.95 for the machine and the 8-foot frame. And you can actually have your choice of the 8-foot frame or the 5-foot frame. So this is the Loft 8-foot frame. And then we have a choice of the 5-foot little foot frame for $49.95. Have a ton of accessories that you can get to go with this that you can purchase separately. And then ask them, tell them you're calling about the Moxie special, because we got a special little thing that we're doing if you order today. Again, these are very limited. They're going to be shipping in November, so you got to pre-order today to make sure you get one.
Right.
So,
absolutely.
Everybody, we're going to be back on again at 2 p.m. So if one of your friends didn't get to see it this morning, invite them to come and check it out again, or just come back on this afternoon. So we're going to have more gifts and
I'm sure
things to
we'll
do.
think of things we forgot to say.
And we probably will. So thanks, y'all, for joining this morning. Everybody give Gina a big round of applause for coming. Thank you for coming and sharing her expertise with us. And we'll see y'all again at 2 o'clock. And before I get off, I want to, if y'all are joining us the day for this show, we're going to be back on air tomorrow at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., our normal show time at tomorrow. And we've got some special scan and cut features that we're going to be talking about, and some scan and cut things for brothers. So join our show tomorrow at 11. And we got special guest Julie Feefan Balls are going to be on, and also Cindy Hogan. So y'all don't want to miss that show. It's going to be awesome. If we don't get to see you this afternoon, make sure y'all join us tomorrow. And then other than that, we'll hope to see y'all again real soon. Thank y'all for stopping by.